Selling your Marvel Legends Bushwacker might be a mistake. In this Marvel Legends Gamerverse Punisher and Nick Fury 2-pack review, I'm breaking down whether this Hasbro Marvel Legends 2-pack truly captured the look, weapons, and movement of the classic arcade side scroller, or if this is just a lazy repaint of a highly sought after figure. We're taking a close look at Gamerverse Punisher and S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Nick Fury, but the real question is this. Originally, they are comic book style Marvel Legends buck, but do they actually pose and move like their 16-bit game counterparts? No arcade game is complete without enemies, so I will show you how to recreate the experience using figures you already have on your shelf. The weapons loadout look impressive, but does this 2-pack really include everything from the game? Let's find out. Obviously, the Gamerverse Punisher is the blue variant of the Marvel Legends Punisher and Bushwacker War Journal 2-pack. Most of the accessories are reused, but they're in a gray variant this time. What's missing here is a large sniper rifle. The head sculpts are different. The new stoic, serious-looking face does not have the white headband. The new alternate head is a greedy, teeth-clench expression, unlike the old one which has a full-on angry screaming open mouth. Frank Castle has comic book accurate blue eyes which are nicely inkjet printed. The lip color is spot on. He does not look like a man wearing a red lipstick. The beard is something interesting. Up close, it looks like something you'd see on a 16-bit character. The beard lines actually form a pattern. Frank's body mold is one of the new, better articulated ones, with an upper torso swivel and ab crunch combo. Is this combo enough to recreate his 1993 Punisher Capcom game moves? We'll find out later. He has the pinless arms and legs from Vulcan. This is made obvious by the glove cuts which do not swivel. The boot cut, however, does have a swivel. His skull chest insignia is just painted on, and I always worry about getting white paint smudges. Luckily, the one I got seemed to have a clean paint. The torso strap and leg gun holster strap are removable pieces. You can't attach the grenade to his torso strap like the black version, but you can try it this way. You can attach the grenade to his leg strap. In the game, the gun holster strap is wide, thick. Hasbro took a shortcut here by simply painting part of his leg white to sell the illusion that the strap is wide like the game. I don't mind this, but it would have been great if they had made a game-accurate strap so you could give Frank an alternate look without it. Not easily removed is the belt, which is also a separate piece. The teeth of the skull insignia are attached to the belt using bendable plastic, so Frank can still crunch forward really well, maximizing his ab crunch. The partner of Punisher in this Marvel Legends Gamerverse 2-pack is Nick Fury, and he is missing several things. This is the usual treatment for a Player 2 character. Both Punisher and Nick Fury head sculpts were done by Paul Harding, and they're really well executed. There is a very small hole on the left side of his mouth for his Stogey, but that accessory is not included. Why? Maybe it's because this is Disney and the box clearly says ages 4 and up. The box art itself was edited to perfection by Hasbro, completely removing Nick Fury's Stogey. On Twitter, Paul Harding suggested using a toothpick as a Stogey. It's not as simple as cutting the pointy end of a toothpick. You actually need to cut and modify the body. You have to make an angled cut so the toothpick can properly slot into his mouth. During the game, Nick Fury fights while his Stogey is lit, with smoke coming out. That game is pure 90s arcade goodness. Kingpin can even use the smoke from his cigar to cause physical damage to an opponent. The smoke effect from Black Widow can be attached to the toothpick using a yellow sticky tack or blue tack. Using yellow helps sell the burning end. The problem though is that smoking effect is quite heavy, so I won't recommend it. Nick Fury has blue eyes and the eye patch is sculpted on. It's not removable. His beard is similar to Frank's, When you zoom in, it looks like something you see on a 16-bit character. The hair is brown plastic glued onto his head, and the white hair is only painted on, so you can see some of areas where the white paint is missing. Removing his torso strap would be difficult, so I don't recommend it. The gun on his torso strap is permanently attached to the holster, and there's a peg that inserts into a hole on his chest to keep it in place. His turtleneck sweater has nice folded details, and the arms are double jointed and finless. He has two belts molded into one, and from my understanding of the game, the second belt is used as a weapon like a whip. This figure doesn't come with that whip, so I'll be using Ghost Rider's burning chain instead. The burning effect actually looks similar to what you see in the game. Like Frank, Nick has a holster for his black gun. He also has double jointed pinless green legs. The brown boots are reused part. The mold is identical to the Nick Fury from the S.H.I.E.L.D 3-pack, and they do include a functional boot swivel. For accessories, both Punisher and Nick Fury comes with the same set of hands. The only difference is the plastic colored use. Punisher, with white gloves, has white hands, while Nick Fury are flesh toned. Each figure comes with a total of 6 hands. You get a pair of closed fist hands that can hinge forward and back, a pair of trigger finger hands that can hinge up and down, one right 2-finger pointing hand that hinges up and down, and one left open palm grabbing hand that hinges forward and back. As mentioned earlier, Punisher comes with almost the same set of weapons from the Bushwacker 2-pack, but this time they're done in a grey gunmetal color. He includes a small pistol, a small machine gun, and another gun that allows you to plug in blast effects. He also comes with a grenade and explosion effect. That explosion effect is a brighter, cartoony-like orange compared to the Bushwacker 2-pack. Punisher also includes a briefcase full of cash, just like the game. Both Punisher and Nick Fury comes with a longer machine gun. There is a baseball bat, just like the one from the Punisher Kill Krew, but this time around, it's a different color. He also comes with a small pistol which allows you to attach a blast or smoke effect. As for the missing accessories, we already know that Nick Fury's Stogey and belt whip are not included. Other missing accessories and weapons you can pick up in the game include a sword, an axe, knife, shuriken, and my personal favorite, the flamethrower. For the flamethrower, you could potentially use the air tank included with the G.I. Joe Classified Series Search and Rescue Firefighter, along with the long flame effect from G.I. Joe Classified Series Torch or Blowtorch. There are also food items in the game, like the turkey and pudding. I don't have a turkey diorama, but I'm using a fried chicken which I got from Temu, link in the description below. There's also an extra large diamond ring and a bag of cash. Next up is the arcade movement and enemies. If you found this Marvel Legends Gamerverse review useful, I hope you give it a hype, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and share this with our fellow collectors. For places where the figures featured in this review might still be available, I left some links in the description below.
I'm Tuggernaut!
The arcade style movements for Punisher and Nick Fury are largely identical, with one key difference: their 360-degree get off me moves. Frank performs a low crouch spinning kick, while Nick Fury swings his belt like a whip. Hasbro did not design the figure to move like the game, because most of their body parts are reused. But despite of that, they can still perform most of the moves from the game. I really wish Hasbro included a pair of open palm hands so they could easily carry barrels or toss enemies. One move I like in the game is a giant swing, so it would have been nice if Hasbro included a wrestling grip hand so they could hold on to the legs of the enemies. Since this is a 16-bit game, there would be some swiping or swish effects. I used the Marvel Legends Maximum Series Hulk clapping swish effect, though it was a challenge to attach and balance. Unlike the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 packs where the characters are meant to battle each other, these two are teammates. While friendly fire is technically possible in the game, the goal is to fight your way through the stage and defeat the boss. One of those bosses is Bushwacker, a figure many collectors unfortunately got rid of too early. Do I think Hasbro will release a dedicated Gamerverse Punisher enemies or stage bosses in the future? Anything is possible, but I'd be surprised if Hasbro would do that. Since Hasbro loves a good repaint, let's look at some stand-in enemies from my own collection. If you collect G.I. Joe Classified series, then finding an enemy for Punisher and Nick Fury won't be a problem. I'm using Dreadnought Buster as a generic thug. For a Kung Fu character in the game named Yan Li, his look is so similar to Ryu that I'm subbing in the Jada Toys Ryu. For colorful mobsters in suits, you might have to look at other toy lines. As for those 3 Mortal Kombat style ladies with blonde hair, I used an Emma Frost head to make it work. For Luna in red, the Elektra body is perfect. For Mizuki in blue, I used Gamerverse Psylocke. I'm still missing a Midori because I don't have a female Marvel Legends in a green outfit. The easiest enemies to find on my shelf are the Reavers. In the game, they don't all appear, but Pretty Boy is everywhere and he appears in multiples. When his upper half is destroyed, his name changes from Pretty Boy to Pretty Legs. He even has the cool move where his arms extend to grab you. Bone Breaker is your stage 3 boss in the waterfront warehouse. Just like the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure, he has a massive tank body rather than his smaller comic book look. However, in the game, he is shirtless. The VAP has a green tank top. I could easily see Hasbro re-releasing Bonebreaker VAP as a Gamerverse solo figure with a shirtless, flesh-toned torso. Bushwacker is the stage 4 boss on the train. The bosses in these games are always scaled up to look more intimidating, which explains why the game versions are so much larger than their comic book counterparts. This is why the existing Marvel Legends Bushwacker isn't a perfect 1-for-1 match for the game. He is just too small. I doubt Hasbro will make an extra large version of him. So for now, the comic version is our best Gamerverse stand-in. The final boss is Kingpin, appearing in his classic white suit, but hulkling in size. Even the Kingpin VAP isn't massive enough to match the game sprite. But since Hasbro gave us an extra large Juggernaut, I'm hopeful we might get a double XL Kingpin one day. Don't forget the other bosses: Chester Scully, the man in the blue trenchcoat from stage 1, the blue and white guard droid from stage 2, and the red guard droid variant from stage 5. I don't have a man droid VAP, but that or even the smaller Sentinel would make a great stand-in. Jigsaw also makes an appearance towards the end of the game as a major threat. Looking at your existing collection, would you be able to build a full Gamerverse Punisher enemy roster? Let me know your Kitbash ideas in the comments below. I only have one Punisher in my collection. I'm mainly an X-Men collector, but this Punisher with the motorcycle, the Krew Punisher, is just so good. Plus, in the Krew storyline, Juggernaut is also there. The new heads made by Paul Harding are exactly how I remembered Punisher, so I was pleased to find that they would work perfectly on the Krew Punisher body. I actually preferred the black skull shirt costume over the classic look. So this was a pleasant surprise. The Krew helmet though fits okay but not perfectly. For the stoic head, it's not a good fit at all. The eyes don't line up with the eye holes of the helmet. If you want your blue Gamerverse Punisher to have a disappearing hair and a large forehead, which hopefully won't happen to me in a few years' time, here is the Krew Punisher head on the Gamerverse body. For packaging, the figure comes in a rectangular Gamerverse box with a window. You can see the figure and accessories. On the left side is the arcade art of Punisher, and on the right side is the arcade art of Nick Fury. From the back is the same art which is modified by Hasbro, removing the large gun held by Frank and the Stogey of Nick. Here is a short read up. Pause it right now if you want to have a read. Warning legalities. Bottom consumer info and barcode. Top Marvel Legends Gamerverse with a Punisher logo. Unboxing the Marvel Legends Gamerverse Punisher and Nick Fury. Only one plastic tray containing the figure and all of the accessories. The background behind the figures is stage 1 of the Punisher game. I didn't use it as a background for the whole review because it's simply too small. In arcade games, player 1 and player 2 usually share the same body size, so it makes sense that the Marvel Legends Gamerverse Punisher and Nick Fury both stand at 16.3 cm or 6.4 inches tall. According to the 1991 Impo trading cards, Frank Castle and Nick Fury are both listed as 6 feet 1 inch tall, which is a funny coincidence. Here is Punisher and Nick Fury next to some of the best Marvel Legends Gamerverse figures of 2025. Psylocke, Omega Red, Wolverine Gargantos, also known as Shumagorath, Captain America, also in blue like Frank, is Venom. For their enemies from the 1993 Capcom arcade game The Punisher, I used Kitbash of Mizuki. Then we have Yan Li or Jada Toys Ryu. Other enemies include the Reavers, Bonebreaker Build-A-Figure, and Pretty Boy. The other Reavers not in the game is Murray Reese, which is a Kitbash of G.I. Joe Classified Gung-Ho, and Skullbuster. Other bosses from the Capcom game include Bushwacker and Kingpin in his white suit Build-A-Figure form. I also paired the Krew Punisher with motorcycle with Gamerverse Juggernaut, Maximum Series Spider-Man, and Maximum Series Deadpool. Just like this review, I made a comprehensive review of the X-Men 2-pack of Deathbird and Gladiator. Hope you check it out. Boss Fight Studio Epic Hacks Red Sonja, and Loose Collector Halimo Sculptures Darna. For articulation, Punisher's head can move from side to side. He can look up, look down. He has a neck hinge. He has a butterfly joint. Because of the butterfly joints, his hands can meet at the back and he can perform a clap forward. His arms can do a full 360 right here. His arms can extend that far. He has a bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbows, wrist can swivel, can hinge up and down for this weapon holding hand. He has a upper torso swivel. He can crunch forward that much, crunch backward that much. He can do a split, upper thigh swivel. Double jointed pinless knees can kick that far back, can kick forward, boot cut right here. He can hinge forward and back, and he has an ankle rocker. Nick Fury's articulation, his head can move from side to side. He can look up with a neck hinge, can look down. Arms can extend that far. He has a butterfly joint, can do a full 360 right here. Bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbows. Wrist can swivel, can hinge forward and back. He has an ab crunch and can crunch forward this much, crunch backward that far. He has a waist swivel. He can do a split, upper thigh swivel, double jointed pinless knees, can kick forward. He has a boot cut right here, can swivel, feet can hinge forward and back, and he has an ankle rocker. At the surface, this is a loaded 2-pack. Comes with a lot of accessories, but most of them are reused. I really wish Hasbro made more game-accurate accessories. I also wonder if in the future, Hasbro will make other characters from the game, so Frank and Nick won't just end up beating each other up. Overall, I'm happy that this 2-pack is a great second chance for me to grab a classic-looking Punisher. If you like Gamerverse deep dive reviews like this, check out my other Gamerverse content. There is a link on the top right corner of your screen. Thank you for watching. I hope you give this review a hype, hit the like, subscribe to my channel, and share this with our fellow collectors. I hope to see you in the next one.